What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. And today is an awesome video because I've got in my hands the key to my dad's 2019 Sierra Denali, and I'm gonna give you guys kind of an overview of all the crazy tech features and everything that these new trucks have. Alright guys, so if you haven't been following the channel, my name is Jorge and I have a 2019 Camaro that is really awesome and that's got a lot of modifications done. I've got this Mach 1 Mustang, this Toyota Camry, and I have a 2011 Sierra Denali. This 2019 is my dad's brand new 2019 Denali, and I do have a 2011 Denali. But today I want to focus on the 2019 and show you guys kind of just some of the crazy features that this thing has, because it's quite a bit. So first thing is GM finally released a keyless push button start truck, and it was released in this generation of trucks. So as you guys have here, this is all you get when you get a GMC key, is just literally lock, unlock, remote start. And as you guys see here, a feature, that button that looks normally for like SUVs and stuff, and that is because you can now remote unlock, drop your tailgate from here. But this is the key, guys. It's really nice, really sleek. Basically now you don't have to worry about taking the key out and turning the truck on over. I know Ford had that already for the last generation, but GM finally came out with it, and I think it's amazing. Perfect thing. Every car needs to have this feature. Now, looking around the styling, guys, this is all new styling for GM, especially GMC. And this Denali is in onyx black. It's got full LED headlights and fog lights, this huge chrome grille. Typically, we've always gone and painted this trim all the way around in a gloss black to match the truck and make the grille look a little bit slimmer, make the truck look slimmer. Probably end up doing that here on this one as well. My dad had it on his 2016 Denali, but overall looked amazing. Let's see what the headlights look like if we unlock the truck. You can't really tell, but you get the C-shape driving lights on there. Going on to the side, you have your, I guess, base model Denali wheels, which are your 20-inch wheels. This is a 5.3 Denali, so it's not the 6.2. And I mean, everyone's gonna say, oh well, then you should have gone 6.2, but the 5.3s work just fine. But aside from not having the 6.2 or the bigger 22-inch optional wheels, this truck has the full technology package, full every option available. You guys can run down. You've got the big Denali badges, chrome trim, chrome everything. You've got the power running boards that fold out. Those are really neat. And GM power running boards are the only ones that have this button down here. And when you tap that button, guys, it brings the whole power step back. It's called a trifold, I believe, and that gives you easy access into the back of the bed. Really awesome feature. And then you just tap it in and it goes right back. Really great for getting access into the back of the bed. One thing you'll notice here is that this wheel arch is not symmetrical, and you'll see the same thing in the front. It's got this kind of curve in the front and then flat in the back. Unique styling point, very different. Not only truck, I believe, that has that. You run to the back and you've got your wider steps here to kind of get on, but those I feel are kind of redundant because we have the new power tailgate, MultiPro tailgate in the back. And so in the back, all LED accent lighting here, LED lighting there, LED white reverse tail lights. I mean, everything's really crazy. We've got the exhaust tips integrated into the bumper, new for GM as well. And we'll get back to this tailgate just in a second because there's a lot of features with it. We've got the mirrors in a very unique placement. Typically, they've always been here on this piece here. They've now moved them down lower. And I'm assuming to get a better eyesight, eye line, and all that as well. So that is pretty interesting. Okay, guys, so here we are on this tailgate. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to unlock the truck. And you guys can see here, first of all, there's two cameras, and these aren't the only cameras. There's many more cameras, but we'll talk about that right now. The first thing is you've got these two buttons. There's no more grab handle. It's all electronic, which is crazy, but here's the cool thing. So if you want a normal tailgate, you just press the bottom button and it'll come fold down and looks just like any normal tailgate, right? You've got this here. You've got this grab handle that you can kind of pull up to get on. Of course, you've got the step here, so you can put your feet there and just grab on here and come on to the truck. You know, very easy. Hold on to the step, step down, and good. You're good to go, right? And then you just pull back on here, and that's there. But that's position one. Then you've got, well, I don't want to use the steps. I want them even easier access. So you can press both of these together, and now this happens, and you get this huge cutout, which one you can use to reach deeper into the bed if you're trying to reach into the bed. So that's position 2. Or position 3, you can press a button there and bring this down, and now you can step much easier into the bed this way. So very, very awesome. And of course you can pull that if you need it for assistance with the handle. So now you can basically fold this back in, bring this up. So we've got 3 positions there, right? Now the 4th position is if you just press this top one, this unlocks, and now you've got your 4th position, which is a bed kind of table here. You can put things on here. You can rest, put your cup drink or whatever when you're working. And then obviously you have this pass through here, so you can, if you have things that are longer than this bed, you can actually have it pull here and not be up on the corner or anything like that. And then of course, like everything else, if you lift this up, you get to position 5, which is, now it becomes like a bump stop. So you've got something you can rest it on here. You don't need to do it tie down or anything like that. If it's long enough to where it fits inside here, I mean, you don't have to worry about putting it out, putting a red ribbon, whatever, and then putting some kind of tie down or anything. So that's position 5. So basically 5 positions, and of course this would be your 6th position when it's completely closed. So MultiPro tailgate, really, really functioning. The one thing you do have to be careful, guys, is this hitch here. You need, if you're trying to do this mode where this bottom piece comes down, check it out. Check out how close that is. So, and you see it's right in the way. So if you have this truck and you tow with it or doing like that, you cannot leave your tow hitch receiver in place and try to do this, because you will bang up and hit your top of the tailgate. So that is one thing that anybody that owns this type of truck with the MultiPro tailgate needs to realize and make sure they understand, is you cannot leave a tow hitch there, because if you forget and you do that, you are going to hit something and you're going to cause some damage. Now, like I mentioned earlier, the key, you do have the button on the key, so if you press it twice, it'll open the tailgate to this flat standard position. You can load things and do what you got to do. So that is really cool. Now let's go ahead and put this back up. So I thought that's pretty cool. It's really, really unique. Now let's get into how many cameras this thing has. Like you guys saw, there's 2 cameras on the tailgate. If you look up here in the middle here, there's a 3rd camera. Then we've got a camera here on the mirror. We've got another camera in the front bumper. That is now 5. And then we've got another camera here. So six total cameras around this truck. And when we get inside, I'm gonna show you guys all the views and basically what all these 6 cameras do. Okay, so moving on to the inside, guys, and this thing is ridiculous. I haven't been in any of the new generation trucks, like the new Ford, new Dodge Ram, whatever, but the back seats in these cabins is massive. I mean, you could literally lay flat on here, a whole body, without being squished or anything. And then you've got, of course, these back seats. And one cool thing with these is that you do get this nice hidden compartment on the GM models, so you can store things back here. I like to kind of put this inward, and that way people don't know that there's a hidden compartment there. I mean, unless you really know, you wouldn't be able to tell. But that, I think that's a pretty cool feature, just there. Full headrest, everything. And then you lift this up, and most trucks will have just the box here, and it'll be just the plastic box to store things. The Denalis go a step further and put in this nice carpeted cover. So I believe I've only seen that in the Denalis. All the other ones have the ones that are not covered. There's just a hard plastic, but this one has it nice and covered. So of course, with the Denali, you do get the Denali door sill. You've got all this nice leather, really soft leather. And moving on in here, guys, you've got your rear tail cabin light, which, if we look back here, we'll see there's 2 LED pods on either end, and of course the back rear end lights up to really illuminate the back bed. One thing I also noticed in the back of the bed is it's got a full plug-in outlet in the back, which is really nice. And then of course here's where you control the lighting. But anyways, let me show you guys where all the cameras go. So let's start this truck up, and let's close the door. Let's go to the cameras and check that out, guys. So with all the 2 cameras in the tailgate, the one in the rear view, third brake light, the 2 in the front, you can do a full 360 with them on the side with your main camera looking at the front. So this is the front view camera, and you got a narrow wide view, or you can go to a little wider angle. So as you guys can see, there's my Mustang on the side. Over here you can't really see it, so this is to get a much wider angle, and I believe it stitches both the front view and the mirror cameras for that. So then you can do a complete top-down view, basically a 360 but in the front. Really unique, and you can see where your tires are supposed to be going. That is pretty awesome, because if you're trying to like load this truck somewhere, or trying to basically get on some ramps or something, this is a really cool view. You can also do it for the back, as you guys can see here. So it's got dual front and back, same thing for this. So you have the front view, or you can do the wide angle back view or the narrow angle back view. Wide angle eliminates your 360 over here, and the narrow view doesn't. So this is really cool. I thought this is really nice. Now you can also do a full kind of 3D looking, which is really trippy. I didn't think that was that cool, but you can see here you can do a full 360 looking from the front and back. So, or you can also have it from the front. So the stitching itself is not perfect, of course, but I mean, you can see everything. It is really, really unique and really helpful if you're trying to make sure there's no objects or things around you. One thing where I think this is going to be really awesome, especially like here in the front view, and when you get this 360 bird's eye view, is if there are any kids or anything running around, guys, this is super, super helpful, making sure that you're completely clear and safe to move around. You can also do the 2 mirrors to see your front tires, make sure you don't hit a curb or anything like that, and you can do that kind of the mirror angles on the back as well. And finally, you can do this for the tow hitch. So if you had a tow hitch there, you can reverse it and make sure that you're lining up your trailer easily to the tow hitch. It's a direct view down from the tailgate. So as you guys can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 12 views, 11 views if you consider you can do the front and the rear. Very, very cool. That to me was the coolest thing, was those cameras, guys. I mean, and then it's just really, really awesome. Other than that, I mean, it's got your heads-up display. This is another cool feature here, guys. You can get a full rear view camera. So using that camera, you can do this, which basically lets you use the camera and the third brake light as your rear view mirror, and you can go in here and turn the brightness up for if it's too dim. You can turn it down. You can zoom in even more if you're trying, if you want a better angle that way, and you can even move it up or down depending on how you're working with the truck. But this is really cool, and it's just like kind of like a manual switch. You pull it back and pull it back on. Does have your standard sunroof, nothing special there, and a bunch of cup holders. It has your wireless charging, which actually functions. This actually works. Really spacious overall. Really beautiful truck. Anyways, guys, that is us walk around and somewhat tech review of the 2019 next generation Sierras. Really awesome trucks, and glad my dad got one because I get to drive it and use it. But super nice, and I wish I could afford one, but unfortunately the most I could afford was the 2011 Denali. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's a small little walk around review of the 2019 Sierra Denali. I'll see you guys in the next one.